Cooper, what do you think the lightest Fender guitar amp is?
I mean, Tonemaster's pretty light.
Tonemaster's light. Think lighter.
Like the Mustang series, like the solid state stuff?
Think lighter.
Like the little front end from the pack? Like the little 10 watt?
That's pretty light. No,
Yeah.
even lighter.
I don't know.
This is the lightest Fender guitar amp. Get all the amp without the amp. We're going to tell you all about it. Stay tuned. Hey, you're watching Alamo Music TV. My name is Chris McKee.
And I'm Cooper Greenberg.
We're here with Alamo Music Center in San Antonio, Texas. You can find us online at alamomusic.com. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and like our videos. If you'd like to support the channel, visit our Teespring store linked below for our custom designed t-shirts. Cooper, the Mustang Micro is here. We are finally able to do our review of it, and the thing is awesome.
Very cool.
So if you guys don't know, this is a new launch from Fender. It comes in this lovely retail packaging, and it literally is a Mustang amp kind of in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, and this is a whole nother way of playing in the pocket, so to speak.
You got to do it.
So 25 amps and effects from the GT series, and these are ported directly from the GT series, right? You can plug in with headphones. It's battery powered.
Yep.
Rechargeable. It's got Bluetooth. You can record, which we did.
We did. Record.
Yeah. So pretty cool. You've spent the most time with it.
Yes.
I want you to kind of talk a little bit about how you use it and what your thoughts are.
Well, we did a video a while ago about modeling amps.
Yeah.
You know, Katana. We talked Boss Katana as compared to the Spider series from Line 6.
Yeah.
And about how that's, you know, the Katana kind of would be the future of that kind of amplifier. But then this came out, and this is like absolutely the coolest thing ever. If I had this when I was just starting, I'd freak out. If I had this now, I would use it all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm considering getting it. It's very cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it too.
Yeah, I love this.
It turns your guitar into like the ultimate couch guitar. Headphones,
Yeah.
whatever guitar you own, and then you're not you're not bothering anybody. And you've got all the amps and effects.
Yeah,
cool.
it's such a wild thing. So we plug this into the guitar. You'll see in the demo. It goes right in the input jack, and it's got these kind of four, you know, plus minus, you know, kind of scroll through different things here. Your amp, EQ, effects, and then modifying the effects. So it's kind of daunting thinking about it. You have all these options, but luckily in said package, they give you this kind of manual user's guide. I will be honest, I use this as a cheat sheet throughout the demo, but there's a little card in here and it runs down every amp and every effect. So amongst these amps, which we ran through all of them and you'll hear them, 65 Twin, 65 Deluxe, all the way through British, since it's Fender product, you know, a 60s British amp, 70s British, 90s American. Yeah, very cool, all through Metal 2000, and then it ends with a studio grade preamp kind of very, very crystal clean tone. Effects wise, you have, think 3 just reverbs on their own. Yeah, Hall, Spring, and then like a modulated reverb.
Yeah.
And then every effect on top of that has a little kiss of reverb with it, but there's chorus, flanger, kind of like a vibratone is what they call it, but it's, you know, that old school Robin Trower kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tremolo, slapback delay, tape delay, chorus and delay. And then if that's not enough, you can modify every single effect as it is. So make the reverbs longer or shorter, change delay time, the depth of your tremolo. Like everything is so customizable on this. It's so cool.
Yeah.
And everything sounded really, really cool. So yeah, I'm obsessed with it. I've had a really good time playing with it today. But
I have been wanting to review this thing for a long time, and you know they finally came in, so we've been waiting for them. But to me, you know, it's an example yet again of kind of the amazing things that are coming into really just available in our world and into the space of guitar playing. Based upon the continual shrinking of microprocessor technology.
yeah.
You know, so if you think about, I was just talking to a guy earlier today about this. So years ago, you could effectively model a really, really good guitar sound in the studio with huge reverbs and things. And the thing that happened with old modeling technology that was kind of the giveaway is you could hear artificial things in it. You could hear it cut off artificially. The reverb never kind of decayed like it naturally would. You never had those artifacts and delay that happen with a good delay pedal. Just things like that that were telltale signs. And the reason that that was the case was that there just wasn't the processing power in most amps. Now, you could plug in a high-end studio in a rack full of gear, and you could effectively record direct, and professional recording studios have been using this with guitarists for decades, really, where you could plug in with all of this high-end stuff and lay down a track and no one would be the wiser about whether or not you were plugged into an amp. We've been able to take that technology and shrink it down to the point where modeling amps have gotten better and better and better and better and better, to the point that you and I and Josh are at a guitar show and guys building tube amps can't tell that the Tone Master, when it was first introduced, didn't have tubes in it till we told them to pick it up. That's a good example of what's happening. And now they've been able to take that technology and shrink it down to that.
Yeah. It's so cool, even just the small characteristics from amp to amp. Obviously, I didn't mention in the effects area any drives. All of your drives come from the different amp profiles.
Right.
But like a 65 Twin and a 65 Deluxe back to back, they sound different in real life, and they sound different, like vastly different through here. It's really, really cool, just the subtle nuances.
And I should qualify based on what I just said. This doesn't sound like a Tone Master. It's not all of that technology.
Yeah.
But do you remember before the current Mustang GT series, they had the Mustang 1, the Mustang 2, the Mustang 3, the Mustang 4, the Mustang 5, and you had the Mustang Floor? So we're talking less than 10 years ago to have things outside of the cabinet for a Mustang amp where you could switch through effects required a very large floor pedal to handle that processing power. So it's incredibly impressive that they can take even a sample of that and put it in something so small. So it sounds great. You've got all these things at your fingertip. It's super convenient. And the thing that I'm probably the most excited about as a guitar player who likes to travel is the incredible portability of this. Because you now could effectively just throw it in your case with some headphones and go. You can take it with you wherever, and then not only are you not disturbing anyone, but you can do it in a hotel room, you could play it in the back of a car or on a bus or anywhere. You could effectively play and practice anywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, very, very cool. You'll see in the demos that we are running a cord from here into a DI, so we can, you can hear the signal. I guess we kind of considered how funny it would be to just put a microphone right up against a pair of headphones. But you can hear it how you would hear it through headphones. And the cool part is, for my own monitoring, we then sent it from there through an amp just so I could hear them as I was playing. And they sound awesome through an amp too. I mean, there's a lot of different ways you could use this.
Well, and you can record with it too. So the USB is to charge it, but there's also a record out function. We did not use that for this demo because that is really just strictly digital, right? We're recording a split signal out as what you would hear coming into the headphones. And so do want to qualify that, but you can plug this in with USB into your computer, and then that is potentially one of the smallest, lightest, and least expensive guitar interface for recording that I've ever seen.
Plus, we did a video not too long ago about how to play through headphones, and that was before we had this, and I ran through a bunch of different options because people just got guitars for Christmas, families didn't want to go deaf. So this, if we remade that video, would be #1 for me on that list. Because I even said, well, there's not really many options where you can just plug straight in, and you still can't plug a 1/4-inch headphone jack into your guitar, that won't work. But this is probably the closest thing to that. It's so easy, sounds really cool, and good songwriting tool. All these effects, just like we said with modeling amps. Experiment and
there have been like little headphone amps before. I know Vox has a whole series of them. But previously it's been kind of like you can plug this one thing in and then listen to this one thing. And I think the big takeaway with this is the flexibility of it. You have all of these amp options, all of these effect options, the ability to record with it. It really is a lot for $99.
Very cool.
So we're going to put it through its paces, Cooper is, and you're going to be able to hear the sounds that are coming out of the Mustang Micro. So check it out. Okay, so there you have it. Cooper, are you buying one?
I think I probably will buy one, and that's not just like a video thing. I'll print out the receipt and scan it on. It's very, very cool. If you couldn't see in the demo, I ran through all the amps so you could hear all the kind of differences of tones and drive tones. And then to run through the effects, I went back to the one setting of the 65 Twin. Clean, a little bit of reverb, on there, obviously with everything. But think about, that's 12 different effects, modulation effects, reverbs, delays, all that on one amp. But I mean, you could play with this thing for days and days, mess around with every single parameter of every effect on every amp. There are literally like over 100, and there's a lot of tones, a lot of sounds. Yeah, really, really fun to play with. So
yeah, no, it's great. I like the design. I like the flexibility of it. You can plug it into pretty much any guitar without issue. I'm curious to see what it'd sound like on one of the clean amps from an acoustic standpoint, just to hear it. Kind of think they should have probably put something in there because it's just almost.
Well, it's cool. I think that would work well with the studio preamp.
Yeah.
That would sound really cool. And then choruses and
you can just add
delays.
stuff.
Yeah, really cool.
So it's really effective regardless of what kind of guitar you're playing, as long as it has a pickup, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, very, very cool. If you'd like more information about the Mustang Micro, they are a new product that just released. You can go to our website, alamomusic.com, and we've got photos of it. You can see all of the different angles, get an idea of how it functions, and you can even chat live with someone on our website if you have any questions about it for $99. Like, it could be potentially the stocking stuffer of 2021. This coming Christmas. I want one. I don't think I'm going to wait till December because I think it'll be very, very cool. It's funny. I have travel guitars, right?
Yeah.
We go camping. I take a GS Mini. That GS Mini has a pickup, and sometimes it's just fun to play with effects. So even if it's just for that, I can see myself dragging that and some headphones along. Dragging it, yeah. Just put it in the shirt pocket and it's done.
Yeah.
So anyways, very cool. We're fans, so hopefully you are too. Tell us what you think in the comments below about where technology is going, if this impresses you, or if you're like, nah, not for me. I'd love to hear your opinion. And of course, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, like the video so that other like-minded individuals will find them as well. And remember that at the end of the day, whether you're playing guitar through that or an actual 65 Twin, as long as you're making music, that's the important thing. So keep playing, come back, we'll see you next time.